Hey all, Dr. Paul Borowski here, owner of Quality Business Plan, and for this video what I like to do is just talk about my fractional COO services. So the way the video is going to play out is first and foremost going to go ahead and give you a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. And then after that we're going to talk about fractional or part-time COO services that I offer, some of the benefits as well as some of the services. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in and get the party started. As promised, a little bit about me. Again, Dr. Paul Borowski, MBA. I am a professional business writer, specifically a business plan and strategic plan writer. Been doing that for about 11 to 12 years now. Worked with small businesses as well as startup businesses and even mid-sized businesses. So plenty of experience in that area. I'm also a published author of numerous books, specifically for business plans as well as finance books. My dissertation is also published, which was in the trucking industry, specifically motivation for truckers. And then finally, I am a subject matter expert and adjunct professor for business and finance. Been doing that for about 13 years as well. So I've got not only academic experience, but real world and published experience as well in business as well as finance. All right, enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about the services that I do offer. Probably the most popular service that I do offer as a fractional COO is my operational strategy development. And what that means is I offer a few different services under this umbrella. First is going to be scaling operational growth. A lot of small businesses, they want to grow, they want to expand, and they need a solid foundation from which to do it. And I can come in and help you go ahead and not only solidify your foundation, your base, but also help you plan for future growth. I can also help standardize business processes. All too often, employees start doing their little tips and tricks to better optimize their jobs. When that happens, though, is you don't have standardized processes within your business that you're able to scale and grow. And what I can do is I can come in here and help document what each employee does or each position should do, and then retrain the employees in order to have standard operating processes throughout your business. And then finally, cost reduction. We all know that when you start small businesses, you're going to have leaks, or you're going to have areas in which there are costs running amok. And what I can do is I can help you identify where those areas that need to be targeted, and then we can go ahead and come up with strategies for cost reduction as well. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the second strategy, or the second service that I offer as a COO, that is a fractional COO. The second most popular service that I offer as a fractional COO is organizational structure planning. All too often when a small business starts up, they start adding employees and adding positions, and there's really no rhyme or reason. They just say, all right, you're going to go out there and you're going to cut grass and you're going to trim, and that's it. And then you're going to hire a manager to make sure that they're going to go out there and cut and trim. And then you're going to hire some more people that are going to help blow, or whatever it is, with that analogy as a lawn care. Whatever your organization is, all too often, your business organization or your business structure has no rhyme or reason, or has no foresight planning. And what I can do is I can go in and come in there and help you identify what services you're offering, how the services are being offered, and then help you with your organizational structure to make it more efficient. And some of the services that fall under this umbrella is going to be business reorganization, centralized or decentralized decision making, and then succession planning. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the third service that I offer as a fractional COO. A third service that I offer as a fractional COO is to help you go ahead and identify and develop, as well as monitor, key performance indicators, or KPIs. A key performance indicator is pretty much anything that's going to make your organization money, or anything that's going to cost your organization money. And what I can do is I can help you identify what are the aspects of your business that you want to go ahead and monitor, control, and grow. For example, if you're a restaurant, you want people coming in the door. And so what we can do is we can go ahead and develop a key performance indicator to identify how many customers you need to come into the door, what their average tickets are, and then how can we grow the number of the people that are walking into your door. So once you're able to identify your key performance indicators, then we can go ahead and put into place strategies not only to track them, but also to grow or control your key performance indicators. And your key performance indicators can also be cost aligned with your business, and keeping with the analogy of a restaurant, your food production or your food cost. We can go ahead and create specific tracking mechanisms to identify how much your food cost is as compared to your menu prices. And then we can go ahead and see if there's any waste that can be trimmed, and so on and so forth. All right, so for key performance indicator development and monitoring, some of the services under this umbrella would be identifying and documenting key performance indicators, tracking and monitoring the key performance indicators that we identified, and then developing strategies to improve those key performance indicators. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the final services that I do offer as a fractional COO. And finally, there are numerous other services that I can provide to a small business or a startup that fall under the umbrella of a fractional COO service. And some of these would be your cost controls, developing standard operating procedures. I can't tell you how many times I work with a small business owner and they don't have a documented standard operating procedure manual to help not only help employees do their jobs more efficiently, but also to help managers understand what their employees are supposed to be doing. Some other services would be risk management, exit planning, training. Definitely could do some training courses as well. Supply chain management and team leadership. And then again, just any other service you can possibly think of within a business that you may need to be optimized or documented or even created. Feel free to reach out. I'd be delighted to assist in that area as well. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up and pack it up. All right. Hopefully this information was helpful. Again, Dr. Paul Borowski here, owner of Quality Business Plan as well as Quality Business Consultant. If you are interested in fractional COO services, feel free to reach out. My phone number is right here. Website is below. And if you go to the website, I do offer pricing and other information on my fractional COO services. All right. Hopefully this information was helpful. As always, go out, make a little bit of money, and reach out if you need some assistance. All right. Thank you.